Welcome back. So a U.S. veterans group is criticizing Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren and other lawmakers for their support of illegal immigrants, demanding that they instead put veterans first.
That's right. In an open letter to all Americans, a group called Veterans Assisting Veterans writes, Senator Warren and others like her should know the difference between legal and illegal activity and choose instead to act out of negatively in selfish political theater. Where's your rally for U.S. veterans, Senator Warren?
So do they have a point? Well, let's now bring in two of the U.S. veterans behind that letter. John McDonald is a spokesperson for Veterans Assisting Veterans, and the president, Dennis Michela. Good morning, both of you. Thanks for being here, and thank you for your service.
Hey, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning to you.
All right.
Thanks for having us on this morning.
Absolutely.
Well, we love having
Pete,
you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to thank Pete for his service and his contributions with Concerned Veterans of America, and we appreciate both Fox and the Boston Herald for bringing this issue forward.
It's all the same fight.
Well, I'm in good company this morning with the three of you. John, start us out here. Why did you write this letter? What are you most passionate about here?
Well, you know, the bottom line is we have had a long history of the VA really failing our veterans, and we have a long history of both, you know, Democrats and Republicans, for that matter, ignoring the very serious issues of veterans' benefits. And all of a sudden now we seem to have this political theater in our country where people like Elizabeth Warren, who is our state senator, obviously, in Massachusetts, and she's decided that she's going to spend her time on working on things that really, you know, we think she's just trying to run for president. Now, we're not trying to be political with this. What we're doing
You need help. You're asking for more help. You're asking for more of a focus on what really matters here, right?
You're absolutely right. You know, we're here trying to mobilize our fellow veterans to say, you know what, instead of working on illegal activity, instead of finding ways to, you know, bring people in who are illegal, how about some of these senators that decided to jump on this type of activity, and congressmen who decided to jump on this activity? How about you help the people that are standing in line?
Absolutely.
Some people that are here legally that are trying to obtain their citizenship. And how about you run to the microphones and help the veterans that provided you the opportunity to speak this way?
It's such a great point. You juxtapose the treatment of veterans in some of these VA facilities with the overwhelming emphasis on illegals and what we can do on the refugee side, and it can be very frustrating. Dennis, as far as Senator Warren specifically, why does she put such a focus on, say, illegal immigrants and that side, as opposed to really rolling her sleeves up and saying, hey, we've got vets in Massachusetts that aren't being served well by the VA, you know, legal folks that have gone to war and fight for us? Why that emphasis?
That's what we want to find out, Pete. And thank you for your service. I was in the Army also.
Thank you.
My war was Vietnam. The article that John and I put together was to raise awareness about what's going on. As you well know, I know you were a candidate for the Veterans Administration. There's hundreds of veterans that die every day, whether it's through illness, old age, or suicide. Why don't we address those problems first? Then we'll worry about other people coming into our country. John and I, our grandparents were immigrants. Mine were from Italy, his were from Canada. So we're not anti-immigration. My background's law enforcement. I don't want a criminal in my neighborhood. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I'm glad you made that. So here's what Senator Warren's office is saying about this. They say, we have immigrants and children of immigrants who serve with honor in our military. She's committed to doing everything she can to protect the rights of all of our service members.
John, is that even the point? You're not talking about illegal or legal inside the military?
It's not even the point. It's not even the point. You know, the point is this. Elizabeth Warren and people like her seem to have a very hard time understanding the difference between legal and illegal. And you know what? There's been plenty of immigrants that have served in the United States military, and our hats are off to all of them. And of course, we love their contribution and their service to our country. But I find it very hard to believe that Elizabeth Warren wants to lump all immigrants into the same category. You know, again, it seems to be the fact that she's more interested in creating political theater than she is for actually helping Americans. And this is so much, you know, a call to action to our fellow veterans so they can understand that we need to speak out. And you know what? People need to understand that these politicians work for us. We don't work for them. It was legal immigrants and United States citizens that voted for Elizabeth Warren.
Of course.
Illegal immigrants didn't vote for illegal.
No, John, that's a great point.
Yeah,
that's a
I mean,
great
they didn't
point,
vote for her.
And it's so important that you're speaking out. Two brothers of mine that are just beginning their journey in the Navy. I mean, it's something I couldn't be more passionate about as well. So many others. So thank you guys for speaking out on something
John
that's
McDonald,
so
Air
important.
Force vet, and Dennis Michella in the Army.
Thank you
both.
for having us.
You got it.